because each artist should be allowed to pursue the artistic endeavor. What's on today is coonery buffoonery, and I know it's making a lot of money, breaking records.
It wasn't cool because I thought that Tyler Perry would be happy and excited for me. I'm another black man. We both in the same neighborhood.
Right.
I just didn't feel that. Like
I've been so off Tyler Perry movies. I don't watch Tyler Perry. I mean, it's like that Madea shit been jumped the shark. Like it's only a matter of time for it's gonna be like Madea goes to Mars. I always end up getting pissed off at Tyler Perry movies. Temptations, that shit with a girl was cheating on Lance Gross and
Spike Lee and Tyler Perry, arguably two of the best black film directors in the last 3 decades, haven't been seeing eye to eye now, and it's clear to see why this beef started as early as 2009. During an interview at the 14th Annual Black Enterprise Conference back in 2009, Spike Lee had a few things to say about the black consumer and the black image. Spike told Ed Gordon in so many words, black folks love to see themselves shock and jive. Why black folks support that buffoonery through ticket sales.
Crazy. This TV reviewer for the Times-Picayune, his review.
Now let me add my 60 cents. The truth is Perry has an unbelievable knack for sketch impersonations and comic timing, but his moral fables and stuttering black men in colorful clothes feel old, and Lee is not a fan of that. He thinks Perry is actually an agent of white Hollywood gatekeepers. According to Lee, there has to be another way to make black folks laugh than recreating babbling black men who wouldn't have enough sense to remember their own name if somebody carved it on their face. It's clear that at Tyler, Perry has a knack for bringing black folks to the theater and making them laugh at big-haired mommy-style black women. Spike Lee, on the other hand, fights for racial equality in American cinema. Over the course of his career, Perry has established himself as one of the most commercially successful figures in the world of American entertainment. Known for his trendy dramatic works, Perry's stage plays and television shows managed to capture the masses because of their melodramatic twists and turns. While he is cited by some as a champion of black entertainment, other prominent black creators such as Lee have often criticized Perry's impact on the industry. As a pioneering filmmaker, Lee set out to achieve completely different things through his art, mastering the art of political cinema. Through masterpieces like Do the Right Thing, his films tackled complex issues like America's violent history and the omnipresent racism that is embedded within the structures that govern the country. His Scion of cinema exhibits a raw and powerful energy that consumes the audience, opening their eyes to different socioeconomic realities. While discussing the landscape of black art, Lee claimed that artists should have personal liberty but blamed creators like Perry for propagating racist ideas. While capitalizing on the worst impulses of American audiences, each artist should be allowed to pursue their artistic endeavors, but I still think there is a lot of stuff out today that is coonery buffoonery left. He explained. In addition, he criticized the problematic symbols propagated by Perry's drama. The imaging is troubling. During an appearance on Who's Talking to Chris Wallace, Perry responded to the criticisms by saying he had heard it all. According to Perry, the attacks against his popular media character are the result of elitism in the black community. He insisted that his stories originate from his childhood experiences, especially his time with his mother and her friends. While elaborating on the defense of his entertainment brand, Perry insisted that it comes from a place of love. He said there's a certain part of our society, especially black people in the culture, that they look down on certain things within the culture. For me, I love the movies that I've done because they are the people that I grew up with that I represent, Perry added. So when someone says you're hearkening back to a point of our life that we don't want to talk about it, or we don't want the world to see, you're dismissing his stories of millions and millions of black people. That's why I think it's been so successful, because it resonates with a lot of us who know these women in these experiences, and Uncle Joe and so on and so forth. In later years, Lee clarified that the feud between him and Perry had cooled down, and he said that he was only airing his personal opinions. However, he still maintained that Tyler Perry is more of a businessman than an artist.
My man, I have never ever said that Tyler Perry was not a great businessman.
Fighting his corner in a past interview, the media maker said, like my mother would take me to the projects with her on the weekends, she'd play cards with these women. Most of them didn't have a 12th each grade education, but their stories and how much they loved each other, and how when they get Sad about something another would come in and make a joke. I'm 5 years old on the floor with my Matchbox cards. I was in a master class for my life.
I couldn't help but think about my mother. I remember being a kid, about 5 years old. She would take me into the projects with her when she played cards on Friday nights with a bunch of women.
Perry also recently said that poor reviews from the media movies made greenlighting his Jazzman's Blues epic more difficult. Academy Award winner Lee has severally called out Perry's work and said that while the media franchise has made a lot of money and broken records, we could do better. A lot of this is on us. You vote with your pocketbook, your wallet. Your time, Lee said of Perry's fandom. The man has a huge audience, and he's very smart with what he's done. At the same time, for me, just imagery is troubling. Back in 2011, Perry told the Wall Street Journal that he had tuned out Lee's comments on his work. I'm so sick of hearing about damn Spike. Lee Perry said at the time, Spike can go straight to hell. You can print that. I am sick of him talking about me. I am sick of him saying this is a buffoon. I am sick of him. He talked about Whoopi Goldberg. He talked about Oprah. He talked about me. He talked about Clint Eastwood. Spike needs to shut the hell up. Early last year, Perry said that while Lee was very vocal about my work, Lee's legendary film career made Perry's. He ultimately named one of his sound stages after the Black Klansman director. I honored him because I don't care what he said. How can I ignore his contributions? Perry said at the time. Had he not done what he did here, Lee wrote on Instagram to Perry after the honor, God bless, and keeping on doing God's work. Perry also spoke out about Lee's comments in a 2015 New York Magazine interview, saying you have to be careful because our audiences cross-pollinate a lot of times. There's a lot of my audience that likes what he does, and there's a lot of his audience that likes what I do. And when you make those kinds of broad general strokes and you paint your audiences in them, they go, wait a minute, are you talking about me? Are you talking about my mom? But why is Lee so influential? So much so that despite frequently criticizing Perry, he still honored him at his Atlanta studios. Lee is an award-winning filmmaker, cultural icon, social critic, and die-hard New York Knicks fan, whose career includes directing, producing, writing, and acting in feature and documentary films. Most recently, the HBO documentary NYC Epicenter's 911. His vast body of work, close to 40 films, has won numerous awards, including shooting an Academy Award for Black Klansman and an Emmy Award for the documentary When the Levees Broke. Lee's book Spike, a career-spanning monograph of his work and life, was released in late 2021. Through his bold and provocative storytelling, Lee has been an important voice on race, racism, and other social issues for 3 decades. He received the Directors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award in March of this past year. His company, 40 Acres and a Mule Film Works, is based in his home borough, Day People's Republic of Brooklyn, and he lives in Manhattan with his family. On the other hand, Perry is equally one decorated artist, despite his on and off character that rubs the likes of Spike Lee the wrong way. Bike the master. And behind 24 feature films, 20 stage plays, 17 television shows, and 2 New York Times best-selling books, Tyler Perry has built an empire that has attracted audiences and built communities from the Tyler Perry Studios home base in Atlanta, Georgia, throughout the world. Celebrated among the pantheon of today's greatest cinematic innovators, his unique blend of spiritual hope and down-home humor continues to shape his inspiring life story, connecting with fans across the globe and always leaving space to dream. He deserves his flowers too. Perry's legacy is the modern epitome of the American dream. Born and raised in New Orleans, his childhood was marked by poverty and a household scarred by abuse. From a young age, Perry learned to write down his daily thoughts and experiences in a series of soul-searching letters to himself, advice he gleaned from Oprah Winfrey that ultimately set his career in motion. Characterized by strength, faith, and determination during a turbulent adolescence, these letters provided him with the inspiration to delve into writing his first play, I Know I've Been Changed, in 1992. Saving every last dollar, Perry staged the play for what he hoped would be a packed audience, but the seats remained empty. Never would he have imagined that 6 years later, that same play would sell out a local run, forcing the production to move to the acclaimed Fox Theater in Atlanta, or that in 2015, his original play Madea on the Run would be sold out in theaters nationwide. All in all, no one is taking away what Tyler Perry has achieved, but like Spike Lee says, he needs to do more for his community. He is in a position to directly impact his community positively, and a host of netizens agree with Lee on that, like the one who tweeted, "Don't blame these exceptional legendary black actors for working on Tyler Perry films, blame Hollywood for not giving them better paying roles to which they are more deserving. Perry's horrible films benefit from their talent because the racist industry won't hire them," with another adding, "As much as I love what Tyler Perry does for black actors and actresses in his amazing facility in Atlanta one day, we're going to talk about how his movies are dangerous for black people and ridiculous." So there you have it. Do you think Tyler Perry has done more bad than good for black actors? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time. Thank you for watching.